She made me work really hard to come up with my own. I'll take a note. I'll take a note. Alright guys, so what we're doing is football team tonight, so I'm going to try to make that as closely related to football as I can. I like to relate that football is a team effort, right? Do y'all agree that football's team-based? Yeah, so okay, you've got all these different players on the team, everyone's got a specific job to do, and they have to come together as a group to make it happen, right? Yes. So would y'all agree that in your business, there's all these different little parts of your business that you have to have come together to make it happen? Yes. So that's how I feel about Premier. There's different little areas in our thing, what we do each month and every day that we have to do to make it work in the big picture. So we're going to start out with some different tips that you can do to make your business work and set you up for a great fall season. So number one, biggest thing out there right now, guys, is the consistency challenge. Y'all know y'all heard of the consistency challenge. They've had it for the first half of the year, then they upped the ante for the second half of the year. So some people are like, oh, but you know what? That's what a challenge is all about. It pushes you further than you want to push yourself. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's why we're challenged. So for you that don't know about the consistency challenge, maybe you're new to this, the challenge is actually where you're supposed to do 5 shows a month and have $2,500 in retail for a period of 6 months. So from July through December. You meet that, guess what Premier is going to give you? A whole line of jewelry. What? They're going to give you a whole line for the spring collection in January. Who would like to have free jewelry? Woo! Who believes that you still have time left to do this right here? Woo! All right, some of you are going, July's passed. I didn't do that last month. I did. Can I get an amen? Guess what? Premier still has something for you. You do it 3 months out of the 6. Guess what they're going to give you?
Half a line.
Half a line. Thank you guys. You've been reading all the promotional work coming out. So, why is that important? Again, I talked a while ago about how I feel that the challenge, you push yourself to do the challenge. You know, God's got some words in there that He also says that in Matthew 5:41, He wants us to exceed what's expected out of ourselves here. Because when we exceed that, God blesses that effort. He says that if someone demands that you go 1 mile, you go 2 miles with Him. So I'm going to challenge you. You got 1 booking on your calendar? Guess what God wants you to have? 1 more booking on there. Can I get an amen? That's right. So if you got 3 bookings, what are you pushing yourself for? Well, 6 works too, but at least 1 more. So, yeah. Who's your Premier mom? She says amen, she says 6. So that's what God wants us to do in our business. He wants us to put this effort in, guys, because He's going to bless us in our efforts. I see that every day, every week, every month in Premier working with you wonderful ladies, and in my own business too. So God, y'all, He expressed greatness out of us, and we are here to show that we are great. Would y'all agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, some head nod, y'all. That tells me that you are agreeing with what I'm saying. All right. So who's looking at me going, yeah, what about the no bookings and low bookings? Everybody's had one of them seasons, right? Yeah. This girl has. There's been months that I've had. 2 months ago, y'all, no shows. What? You're a leader in Premier, you had no show that month? It happens even to people who work really hard in their businesses. We have those months, y'all. So let's talk about some ways that you can change that for yourself. Set that personal challenge up for yourself. If you're struggling with bookings right now, it might be that it's time for you to do that 100 no's challenge. Anyone ever heard of that? So 100 no's challenge. You ask 100 people to book a show with you, pass around the catalog, guess what? Out of that 100, you're going to get some yeses. It is a non-fail plan right here. You are guaranteed to get a yes somewhere in that 100. So other ones that are really great, Cindy Sturridge, y'all, she's phenomenal in Premier. She has, can I get an amen that she's phenomenal?
She wears no makeup, y'all love her.
And she wears no makeup. She is awesome.
She wears no makeup?
None. She's awesome. She did a little promotion, or she did a special on talking about going from 0 to hero in her business. One of my favorite phrases she talks about, y'all, is going from loser to Lexus. but she tells you. Cindy Sturridge. I'm going to post her little blurb, her little outline of what she did to get her business back started. I'll post it on our Premier Rockstar page.
Can I just say something about her real fast?
Absolutely.
She, so after I had my fourth baby, we like somehow started talking back at Disney designer trip, and she called me on the phone like after knowing I was struggling and talked to me probably for like 45 minutes, and it was really cool.
She's an awesome encourager.
Super sweet, yeah.
So, and does Cindy get any profit from you?
No.
Does she make anything off of this?
Not one bit.
Yeah, because that's what Premier is about. She's an encourager across the board. Because that, again, when we exceed expectations, God blesses those efforts. Okay? So Cindy Sturridge, awesome person to look at if you're going from no bookings to some bookings. Another person that's really thrown around a lot, Kim Adams, her booking boot camp. Anybody watch that? That's a great one right there. So those are just a couple of different ways that you can look at ways to help, put yourself into your business to find ways to add bookings. Who was it? And someone tell me the name of the person because I'm blanking on it. Someone said that when you're making these cold calls, you should sing a song to yourself before you make the calls. Y'all remember that right there? Who was it that said that?
I'm a booking.
Wait, go for it.
Oh,
sing it. No, Shannon, sing it.
I don't remember it.
Stop it.
Everybody wants to book with me.
That's
I
right.
just sang
Okay.
that on the way to show.
Now that right there, guys, what did that do right there? That built confidence. That tells you before you even made that phone call, you know what? I'm calling this person, they're going to book with me because you know what? I am the booking queen. I have fun, it's a good time, we're going to do this, and we're going to book. So you put yourself. Say again? Make it till you make it. So you put yourself in that right mindset. If you're going in with negative self-talk, saying that I can't do this, no one's going to book with me, this is never going to work, guess what? You're right. You go in there with a positive attitude that you are fun, you were brought into this business to do this business, you have purpose in this business, guess what? People are going to book with you, and you're going to be successful in this business. Again, go back to your 100 no's. By the time you do 100 of them, someone's going to say yes to you. So, when we talk about the song Booking Queen, who in football knows that they do that little cadence right before the quarterback hits the ball? They call that the little cadence. High, however it goes, I don't know. They all have their own different ones. Guess what your cadence is? Do y'all know what your cadence is? Your Booking Queen song. Come on, y'all, work with me here. So that is your premier cadence with the football theme here. All right, guys. So who else wants to know some more ways to help get some shows on them calendars? All right, guys. So fundraisers. Who fundraises in the room?
Yeah.
Thank you. You want to restart your business? Do a fundraiser. It is one of the best ways to come up with meeting new people that you don't know. Okay, come up with people you don't know, build that relationship, and guess what? People are going to like you because, again, you are a fun person, you had a great time doing that fundraiser, you help support another group by giving away some of your profit. So people say, well, how much do I give away? I personally do 50% of my profit. I do a solid donation to these folks. Now, can you do 10%? Can you do 20%? Can you offer a free amount of jewelry to them for doing it? Whatever fits in your business goals. That's what you offer people. So one of the things that lots of folks like to do too is to actually add to the donation amount on future bookings. So say, if I booked tonight's party, if you book with me tonight, I'm going to give you $25 more in free jewelry let me say that again, $25 more to Little Charlie's fundraiser or the American Cancer Society. I'm going to continue that donation through these bookings here. So that's another way to keep that going. So one of the things I like to think of is that Premier is founded on to help support people and support mission work and to just, be a giving entity. Now this is a way that we can represent Premier in such a great light and continue giving even more than what Premier already does. So that to me is one of the best ways to help you get some more your bookings on your calendar there. So, who wants to know what are some of the opportunities in the upcoming months here? Like what's out there? What are we fundraising for in the next few months?
I do.
Okay, so August.
Cool.
Y'all, this is perfect right now. What's going on? What's happening right now?
Teachers, go back to school.
Back to school. Okay, you've got teacher friends. Everyone in here should know a teacher. Guess what? Teachers need help with supplies. Some parents do not have the money to send their kids to school with the right amount of supplies, or just the cost of teaching alone right there, what you need extra to be able to do your job and be an effective teacher. Guess what? It costs money. And unfortunately, the state of Florida does not pay our teachers what they should be paid. Because okay, I knew we'd get that somewhere there. So this right here is a great way for you to help connect with people and also give back. So another thing this month is I've seen some people doing Christmas in August. I'm going to help people start knocking out those Christmas presents now, because unless you're a last minute shopper like me that's doing it the last week, you know, right before Christmas, 3 days before, you know, you procrastinate, it's not Christmas in August. People are doing that and find it's helpful for their family. September, you got childhood cancer awareness. We have a person in our group that really supported that over in Colorado, right? You remember that? Who is it? Robin? Robin, she supports that right there and did it. I think she does a fundraiser every year, so you know that's a great one to support. You got, let's see, Suicide Prevention and Awareness Week. You got the Heart Walk here in Gainesville. You got so many different things going on that you can fundraise for and find groups. So these things are out there, guys. Put a little research in, you're going to find some options for yourself. October, you got breast cancer awareness. That one's huge. I mean, you see that all the time. There are people who truly support that right there. Down syndrome awareness month is October. Now that's an awesome one to support right there. Domestic violence awareness. There's probably people in this room that know of someone who's been in that situation. So fundraising for that right there, what an awesome way to give back to your community. So fundraisers in itself, just a wonderful thing right there to do. Another way you can do it, guys, who's doing their personal show each month? Premier does not offer this. This is not a normal thing for Premier here. They are doing it just this year for the 30th year for a personal show. Make sure you guys are doing your personal show each month. It's a great way to add people to your calendar, so through bookings and things like that. You can make it mystery hostess. You do a mystery hostess show. Anybody doing those? Who's done mystery hostess? Have you had success with those? Okay, so you can be successful by throwing those on your calendar, sending out those invites to all these customers that have bought from you in the past, or even the people you don't know. You're walking down, you know, through the aisle of Walmart, and this lady's wearing a cute necklace. Guess what you're going to hand her? A mystery hostess invitation. You know, whatever it is, wherever you're at, make sure that you're opening your mouth about your business. So,
can I add just a tip to that I thought that was really good? And I can't remember who it was, so I can't give her credit. But this lady has a mystery hostess show on like the third Thursday of every month. She pre-books them in advance. She prints off little cards that has all the information on them. And when she runs into somebody who compliments her on her jewelry, she talks about Premier for a couple of minutes and she invites them to her mystery hostess show and says if you come, you could be the one who wins all the jewelry that night.
Perfect. So good. Yeah, that's so good right there. I mean, what a great way to already have that date pre-planned and you are working that into your business. Make it a theme night. I like to say, you know, when you're talking about this, why don't you make it a theme night? Make it Blingo or the, you know, the Beer Jeopardy or the Fab Feud. We had the awesome Fab Feud that came out last year, and I'm going to tell you, it's just different ways to help make your little get-togethers more fun and more interesting to bring people to it. If you're doing themed mystery hostess shows, y'all, we're coming up in September, and one thing in September, pumpkin spice. Y'all like pumpkin spice stuff? Y'all have a pumpkin spice party. Okay, we can do. I'm serious. Okay.
Creamer, candy.
Okay, we're having a fall-themed pumpkin spice party here. You know what? We might even carve pumpkins. If you do it toward the end of September, then pumpkins can look good all of October. Everybody bring a pumpkin, or you can give that to them for coming. Thank you for coming. Let's carve pumpkins and let's do a mystery hostess show in the process. You guys, you can do whatever it is that's fun to you to make it a good time. Maybe in October you want to do a costume party. People have some costumes out there. Everyone has to dress up. Come to this right here. And you know, I have a mystery hostess, so maybe the Wicked Witch might win all the, you know, the fun money. Or maybe it's the Princess of Premier. I don't know, whoever. So I mean, these are just different ways. Again, your focus during these is not to make, I mean, of course you can make a lot of money doing them, but your focus is building your relationships during these shows, and through relationships, you're going to find bookings. Okay? That is the key to booking people, building relationships. Alright guys, so, next thing we talk about, these are just all different things to have a revved up fall season here. Sponsoring. Who out there's been sponsoring these past 2 months? There's got to be a few listed here. Okay. Should be everyone in here. Y'all, this is the best time to sponsor people into a business. Couple reasons why. This time of year is your busiest time of the year. You are starting up on the holiday season. Guess what people like to do during the holiday season? Spend some money and shop. Guess what you want to have them do? Buy the #1 given gift from you, which is jewelry. So it's a great way to bring someone into the business because you know why? People are out there and they're going to be spending money. All right? So how does that help you? If if you are sponsoring people, guess what you're doing? You're setting up your future for a great commission check, okay? So by being available to your team, helping to support your team, with them making money and doing great things for themselves, guess what? In return, that helps you for yourself. So that's a great way to set up your fall season right there on that. So you can do things like offer an incentive. So if you're out there and, with Premier's, they're doing $100 off the enrollment right now to sign up for Premier, which is phenomenal. The $395 by itself is a great way to get into Premier. That's well worth the investment. $100 off just makes it even better. If you've got someone out there that's struggling financially, that could do it. Oh, that's my time. I'm almost done. So struggling financially, this right here is a great way to offer an incentive to them. Maybe it's $100 extra off their enrollment fee. Maybe it's $100 for free jewelry. Whatever it is that you want to do to help be an encouragement and blessing someone else. Because let me tell you, when you started this business, you started for a purpose and a reason. There was a need. Let me tell you this, there are so many needs out there right now that are being not met or unmet out there that you can help in someone's life. Plain and simple. So the other part about sponsoring is, guess what else we have? Lest we forget necklace. Andy's necklace, I mean, that right there, that's enough reason to want to sponsor alone to have that necklace. That's Andy's personal made necklace with all the great things about Premier on it, and the only way you can get it is through sponsoring. So 6 people between July and December.
You want that necklace? I just saw it in person. It's like the quality. It's so good.
As you can get that necklace, you need to just help people see how Premier can meet a need in their life. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with one other section, guys, and you know what? That's on self-care. So through this busy season right here, and I'm going to tell you, this upcoming season is going to be your busiest. School starting back, you're working your Premier business, you're sponsoring, you're doing all these great things. You've got to remember to take care of the process. Because if you're not taking care of you, guess what? Nothing else is going to get taken care of either if you're out. So how can you do that? Simple things. Maybe for you it is, taking 5 minutes and sitting in the bathroom with the door closed by yourself. Okay, or maybe
5 locks.
Say what? With 5 locks. Or maybe it's asking your husband to have the kids in the backyard for 15 minutes while you take a longer shower. Maybe it's reading a book, or for most of us, probably a chapter of a book. There's all different ways that you can do things to help keeping yourself from burning out in your business and not having a good, solid control over yourself and your calendar. Because I preach that calendar control, keeping that super important. So use your calendar control, and most important, self-care. Are you taking time out to pray for your business? Are you praying for your downline's business? Are you praying for those great things that we're wanting to happen? Okay, so prayer in this part right here. Take your 15 minutes and use that for your self-care right there. Because I'm going to tell you, if you put 15 minutes into God, He's going to doubly bless that back. So just like any sport, efforts required for success. You've got to work out daily, right? We're in a business. Work out daily. That does not mean go to the gym. Well, it does. It can mean go to the gym. But for me, that's in your business. That's doing your customer care calls, following up with your hostesses, doing calendar control. You got to practice and prepare for the big game. What's your big games? Guess what those are? Your home shows. You got to be on your best when you go into these shows, because those folks deserve your best out there. Okay, so that means put your stuff aside when you're going into these homes. It's about that hostess and those guests. How can you bless them with your business, okay, and yourself. And the last thing is, make sure that you're spending time with your teammates. Just like in football, if you want a cohesive team, you got to spend some time together. So get with your Premier sisters and have a good time. Lean on each other, learn from each other, love each other. And that's all I got, guys, for a fall season for you.
June 27, 2014. My Premier mama is Jessica Brown, that just spoke. My grandma's Nikki Kenny. And then my great-grandma is Lacey, who's not here tonight. So I have a pretty amazing upline full of designers. Tonight I'm going to talk about my first year at Premier and all its highs and lows. When I joined Premier, I really hit the ground running. Exactly 30 days after I joined, I signed up my first Premier daughter. That was definitely a high. After that, I set a goal for myself to make Joanne's rookie team. I did not make Joanne's rookie team. In fact, I was just one show shy of making it, which means I signed up my second premiere daughter within my first 6 months and did 11 shows, not including training shows. If I had just one more party is what I kept telling myself. And if I had counted correctly, maybe I would have pushed a little bit harder for that one more party. Because I'm the type of person, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that really likes recognition for my accomplishments. So I was pretty disappointed I didn't make it. That was certainly a low for me. Let's see. Nevertheless, business was still really good. Premier veterans were not kidding when they said that fall is one of our busiest seasons of the year. I had at least 5 parties in November and 2 in my first 2 weeks in December. So I was getting a little burnt out. My boyfriend started to notice me home less and less. He's definitely supportive of my business, but he definitely mentioned me not being around lately. Working Premier on top of my full-time business, my full-time job was beginning to take a toll on me in my personal life. That was definitely a little bit of a low. When the holidays came, I thought finally, a break. I would just take a little bit of a break until the holidays passed. Then on Christmas Eve, we got engaged. That was definitely a high. So now I'm planning a wedding too. 4 months later, in April, my father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So my family and I were going through a pretty rough time. So that was a pretty extreme low. Suddenly my priorities shifted, and jewelry was on the bottom of my totem pole. Business became slow because I was not wholeheartedly working it. No parties were coming in, and I eventually just stopped working my business and was unsure if I wanted to continue. Definitely a low. I thought to myself, I've already asked everyone I could this year to have a party, so my resources were pretty much tapped out. I continued to check in with my downline, but eventually let my renewal expire. Low. But then I really started to miss the business. I really missed doing parties and meeting new people and reconnecting with old friends. I missed enriching other people's lives, including my own, and I don't mean monetarily, but for my soul. Premier is one of the things that I get to do for myself and for my family too. And I'm especially thankful for Premier, for the wonderful family that I have in all of you, even if I haven't met you yet. So I decided to renew, which I literally did this past Wednesday, and I already have 1 party booked next month, as of yesterday, so just in time for training. So definitely a high right there. So those have been my highs and lows in my first year of Premier. I guess the moral of my story is to find balance, and obviously if you don't work your business, you won't have one. Life happens. I changed careers last year and now work almost 60 hours a week. Between that, working Premier, planning a wedding, and making sure I spend more time with my family, one can get spread thin pretty quickly. So it's important you find the balance. That way you can do everything you want to do if you want to. I'll leave you with this. While I was at UF, go Gators, I pledged a sorority that taught me balance. And they taught us that you can do it all, but only if you want it all. They taught me that excuses are tools of incompetence that build monuments of nothingness. So those who practice their usage seldom amount to anything and will never become good jewelry ladies, or husbands, or spouses, or supporters. So that little end there, you can pretty much anything in your life. So success looks different for everyone, so don't compare your success to the person next to you. They come in all shapes and sizes. Always strive for your best, of course, whatever that may be. But as long as you're doing something towards your business, you're winning. Being here tonight, you're winning. So this coming fall season, I want you to gear up, get out there, and win. Thank you.
Starting from scratch?
Oh, actually, I have been working on her since a year and a half ago. She had a baby about a year ago, and he's turning 1 soon, so I kind of planted it in her head. I was like, hey, I know you're having a baby and a baby shower coming up, but once you're all settled in, I definitely want to shower you with some jewelry. And she's just a really good friend of mine. She's my makeup artist for my upcoming wedding. She's actually my neighbor and my workout buddy. And I just continue to follow up with her like over time, not like every day harassing her like, hey, when are you gonna have your party? But just over time. And then we worked out yesterday, and I said, I brought my planner, and I was like, hey, here's my planner. When do you want to have your party? And she's like, September 2nd. I was like, cool.
You're like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, you'll have to also brag on Stephanie for a second. This girl right here, she started her business from scratch. So one of the things that we were doing back early in our business together was that there was a bridal show, a bridal expo that we did. So what she ended up doing is going back to all those people that put their name into the drawing, and she's emailing those folks now, and she's actually getting a very good response from many of them that she's emailed. So don't give up on those old contacts because they can help bring your business back to life.
Those were for like months ago and even a year, and they're still emailing me back. So don't give up. Awesome. Well, I'll bring them like a free one. No, everyone's going to be actually. My career, someone was like, right, you can't get this.
You were prepared. I'm so proud of you.
Okay, so we're gonna. Hey, we have 3 extra minutes. I can stand up.
No, you don't. You will use 3 extra minutes by this.
She's gonna sing a song. No. Okay. All right, we're gonna do recognition. Just like we do every month. Raise your hand. This is your first training.
Oh my God.
Okay. The way we do recognition gives you a chance to get up and wiggle and get excited. So I'm gonna tell you to stand up, sit down, do whatever you want to do. If you want to come up here, you can. You just sit here. Not too loud. Come on, Dolly. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, you're going to stand up if you love Premier Jewelry. Remain standing for an official jewelry lady. Okay.
Hey.
Now, if you are a builder or
somebody
up,
texting me.
come on up. So if this is your first training, you hear me?
Yes. We can't hear the music.
I am standing up.
Stand up.
Chair. There you go. There you go. Okay, projection. Okay.
She didn't want to stand there.
Okay, so
Now you're the same height as Kate.
Premier leadership, okay? You ever need anything? Wait. They are happy to serve you. Alright, this is how it works. Always happy to serve you with a smile. Okay? So I need help in this way though. Oh, Stephanie.
Bye, Felicia.
Alright, you're gonna come up here and you're gonna go out the door. Okay? But you can't go out without high-fiving everybody, okay? Just you might touch on the bone, it's just because you're friends. Okay? So, we are celebrating, recognizing whatever for July. Okay? Alright, so stand up, because everybody can sit down.
Time to stand.
Okay, alright, stand up if you did one jewelry show in July.
Come on. There we go. Now try my hand right.
Okay, wait. When they come back to the last time. Hey, Jen, how many shows did you do? Great. 3. And Mandy? 3.
they're throwing over 500, let them run.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, anybody over $500?
Yes.
500.
They understood it. Let's go.
Like 550. I think it was like 980. 1,000 either.
Just rouse. She had 27 shows.
You're supposed to go around. Just telling you.
Casey, what about retail?
Yeah, what was yours?
4,160. Wow. That's July with them.
I thought she didn't go to the rally though.
Wah, wah.
Alright, now we're going to do top five and achievements. Like quick 6, quick 9, 12, rookie team. Consistency challenge! Anybody do the consistency challenge?
Quick start.
so you kid.
Okay. All right.
Woo!
Hi, Michelle.
Kristen, who is on vacation, and Lacey, who is sick. So.
She's on it.
This is Kristen.
So you're the pro.
And
Yes, I am aunt and now have her daughter.
Okay, so why did you yesterday?
Well, Kristen's been working on me, and my husband started a new job, which he does a lot of coaching, and I've actually done it so I can pick and choose what games I want to do for him, but at the same time I want girl time. So I'm doing it for girl time.
Alright, what's next?
Oh, I gotta stay up there.
Everyone say cheese for John.
Okay,
There we
that's
go.
the one who-
Some of them want to sit down.
I'm sorry. Okay, now you can do it.
Alright, who's going next?
Okay.
Kim, you go. No, you go. Alright,
Okay.
go.
I'm Casey Smith.
Hey.
Smith. She's a new jeweler
Good job, Lacey.
that Lacey is sponsored. And we've talked once or twice, and that's great.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Tell us about
I've been going to jewelry shows with Lacey for a couple years, and they're always so fun. And I love jewelry, and so this time I said, okay.
Alright, this is Caitlin, and she was attending a jewelry show Saturday. I don't know what anyway, she is joining me tonight. She is not a jewelry lady, so if we don't freak her out enough, like putting her in front of the spotlight, hopefully she'll come back. But I'm back. She loves the jewelry.
I love her.
Alright guys, this is Deanna Adams.
Oh, that's Deanna.
Good. So, tell them why you joined Premier. What are you doing? You do this? How do you do this? I can do this. So tell them. I know, it's my personality.
Extra cash for me and my child, more than anything.
That's right. Y'all, she's got the cutest little purr. She's precious. Okay, so
When she's around strangers.
Great job.
Not really, but we have the same last name. We rode the school bus together for that, and we had rekindled a relationship.
You really rode this school bus together? Yeah.
I love the jewelry. Love it. I want every piece in the catalog. And we have a janky little car. And I want it's actually been a very good car. I don't want to make fun of it. It's been good for 10 years. So, yes, we do have an SUV that we use on weekends, but it's not convenient for me to use it during the day. It's my honey's work vehicle, so he has to leave at 5:30 in the morning, and I don't see him until 5:30 in the afternoon. So I need a bigger vehicle for my route to mornings with 4 kids. They go to 4 different places. So, yeah.
Well, everyone say, hey, Lindsay!
And you got like twins.
Twins! This is Becca Schooner. Hi. Becca's coming all the way from Gainesville, met her in Ocala at my cousin's party.
Awesome.
And this is Heather B. She's coming all the way from Williston. And she's one of my VIP coaches. She's had 3 shows with me since 2013. Yes, awesome cupcakes.
Yes.
Lazy. At my mom's house.
Wait, did you tell us why you started Premier?
Why did you join Premier? I actually am a server for my, I guess, full-time job. But summertime's a little slower. I wanted to bring in some extra income. I just moved into my own apartment by myself.
Woo!
I love jewelry, and I love Jen, and my best friend's cousin. Everyone say, hey, oh, precious. Now we can go.
Just a little bit extra money. I work at UF, so football is busy. I work for the police department. So, but we just got a house last year, bought a new car, new earnings car. So, want to help with bills, love the jewelry, you know. Yep. And she's very precise.
Last month as a new jeweler. Yes. I haven't had my own party yet. Stop it. That just happened. This is Jess. This is my best friend's daughter. She kind of grew up as my daughter. This is Brett. My and her sister are all the same age. I've known them since they were like 5. I haven't quite got the commitment out of her yet. It's getting closer.
She's almost a jewelry lady. Yeah.
She's moving. I can't afford to be a jewelry lady.
Don't say that in this room.
We will help her find a way. And then she's joining a way to meet the people when she gets to Indiana.
Yeah, right.
Babysit. No, do premiere. Hey, I have babysat one kid, and I will never do it again. Alright, my turn's up.
Oh, yeah.
And I have 3 minutes left. Oh, okay, get your calendars out.
Are you doing like announcements now too?
What?
Are you doing like announcements now too? Okay, I've got slides for the promos and stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, I need to tell you right now that children in training is not appropriate. I have 6 kids in my house right now, and somewhere in my low blood sugar today, like right before lunch or something, I said, training. I was probably on the phone with somebody, and I was like, yeah. So I was trying to leave her when I came, and my husband, so she's crying, right? As I'm walking out the door, I'm like, I'll be back, have a cookie. And then, no, I am not kidding you. My husband texted me while I was in the driveway backing out. He said, you should be a woman of your word. So anyway, I got a little entertainment. Her name is Elin. Well, she's kind of cute.
Kinda. Yeah, she's normal.
I asked her to go home. But I'm not setting an example to bring your kids to training. Let me just put that out there. Unless you are desperate times. Okay, so moving on. Hey, who's going on this cruise? Me too.
Are you
This is a second. Okay, forget it. Next. Cruising on.
Or you can cruise. It's up to you. As long as you're on the boat, I don't care what you call it.
Freudian slip.
Okay, so that's coming up.
How do you do that?
In March. And you can get on there how? Kelly, how many people do you have to sponsor? 7. Sponsor 7 people because that makes you a what, Jess?
A designer.
A designer. And to be a designer, you have to sponsor 7 and hold how many home shows, Christy? 36. Awesome. Okay. And, oh, what happened?
There wasn't any information on it.
It was so good about his phonics.
I was embarrassed.
Okay, so y'all can still be worked for that. And Lacey talked last time about how to earn points. You have to have 10,000 CV points. So that's all broken down for you. It should start hopefully this week on the Premier website, tracking your cruise points. So you don't have to add them up. They will track them for you, so make sure you click on that. Okay. Okay, hey, what about this? So good. This is ending in 3 weeks. Okay? And this is for new jewelers. So anybody who signs up until August 31st, what happens? They get $100 off their application authorization, and they can get $100 off with the Micromove Boutique, which is really crazy, right? Like, huge. So if you have somebody who's on the fence, make sure you tell them about this.
Tell everyone you know. Call
Yeah,
your
that's what I meant.
friends, call your wife.
Call the sheriff. Call everybody. Okay. Okay. Who got consistency challenge for July? Woo! You guys are amazing.
It was hard. I was biting my fingernails.
It is hard. So how much does your retail have to be?
2,500.
2,500 from how many shows, Jen? At least 5 home shows. This does not include individual orders. It can if you hold 5 home shows. Okay? What? 6. It's 5. Right?
Yep, 5.
5.
Yeah.
It's pretty game changer, but totally doable, y'all.
But if you sponsor somebody and you hold a training show in that month, then what do you earn, Jen?
And
It counts as a show.
and it counts as a show.
It counts as a show, and you get 500. So your personal retail only needs to be $2,000.
Or you can sponsor 5 people in 1 month.
Oh my gosh.
That too. Promotion.
Yes, I know. Okay.
Option round.
What else? Lest we forget. So what do you have to do for this challenge? This necklace is so awesome, which is sponsor 6 people from Rally to, well, July 1st to December 31st. Is that easy to do? Okay, I'm going to tell you statistics right now, which are how many people
5.
do you have to share with in order to sponsor 1?
5.
Okay, it's about 5 people. Okay? So for every 5 people that you share with, probably 1 is going to sign up. Okay? So if you want to sponsor 7, how many people do you need to share the business with? 35 people. Okay? And maybe you may sponsor your first 5, 7, 10. Okay? But those are the statistics, okay? So if you want to get this necklace, then you need to be sharing with at least 35 to 50 people between now and December 31st. Okay? Next. Okay, someone touched on this. Make sure you're holding your personal jewelry show. You can do that through the end of the year. You should be having one every single month.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. You're having one monthly. Who are you inviting? You're inviting the same person? Is it people every month?
Oh,
I mean,
good.
yeah, please. I wanted to ask that earlier. Who are you inviting?
Well, glad that you asked. So these are the women that you come in contact with, that you speak to, and get their phone numbers little by little. And these are just new people that you have them gather about once a month to come to your personal jewelry show, but you turn it into a mystery hostess show. If you meet other people that can't make it, hold another show, keep the jewelry. That's your personal show. But these are people that you come across, drop your business card off, grab their phone number really quickly. You just don't have time to talk to. Past hostesses, past customers, anybody, if you don't have a large repertoire of people to pull from because you're new, run your mouth, get phone numbers.
That's not hard.
Okay, if they're breathing, they get invited.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's pretty much, if you are within 3 feet from me, you are giving me your phone number.
So, other people you can invite, people if your husband works somewhere, people from your husband's office, people from church, a work group of people, girlfriends from your mom's group. Okay, so those types of people, you have all sorts of little, you have lots of spheres of influence that you don't realize, so you should write this down. Go through your phone. Yes, go through your phone. All right, next.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's it.
Party like a rock star. Okay. All right, wait, really quickly. So there are a couple of really big things coming up, which are, what month are we in? August. Okay, thank you. Okay, September training is Blinko is August 24th at the Bass Boards. New jeweler training is August 20th, also at the Bass Boards. 6 to 9?
Yes.
6 to 9. New jeweler training, August 20th. It's a Thursday night at Lacey's.
Woohoo.
First day of school is August 24th. Praise Jesus.
I know. Hey, did you read the post? Jen Hatmaker? Worst.
Oh, I love that. It's so good.
The 20th? 6 to 9 is
September. Let's just look at that real quick because September training is Monday, September 14th. There's also a new jeweler orientation in September. So that is at my house on Monday, September 21st from 6 to 9 p.m. If you have a new jeweler that can't make it to August 20th, then September 21st is a Monday night at my house new jeweler orientation. Okay?
So go to the 20th. Is the 20th and the 24th the same stuff?
The 20th of August and September 21st are the same thing, yes. But you should have your training show behind you before you come to new jeweler orientation. It's helpful. What time? 6 to 9, or it will overwhelm you, okay? 2 more things. Designer retreat. Raise your hand if you're going on the builder designer retreat. Okay? This is our Rockstar leadership retreat. And so we've just opened it up to builders. This is in the Panhandle. And it's with your Rockstar leadership. So that is September 25th and 26th and 27th.
We need to hear from you quickly.
There are only a few spots left. So if you are a builder or above and you would like to go be a part of this, then you need to get with Jonathan now. Today. Go ahead. Right now. Just walk back. Let's go. Okay, the other thing I'm going to touch on is October 17th. Jewel School!
Yep. Yes.
It's up there?
No.
You were saying amen?
Yes, and some other stuff.
Okay, so Jewel School is October 17th. All day. It's from 9
10 to 9. 10 to 4. 9 to 9.
10 to 4. It's 10 to 4. Here at this church, it's $25.
Okay, so Rockstar exclusive tickets will start on Monday.
Dang.
Those will be $20 each.
20.
$20 spouses and guests are $15. That price will be good for the week. And then after that, it'll be we'll have a regular ticket price. I think it's going to be $25. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Starting this coming Monday, so a week from today, we'll open up the tickets.
So, how much? Do we need to bring her in?
No, that will include lunch.
She's going to talk you into helping set up.
That'll actually, you sampled it today, so David's barbecue will be.
I approve.
Okay, so raise your hand if you have been to a Jewel School. Raise your hand high if you have ever been to Jewel School.
Me! Is it worth it?
Yes. Okay, raise your hand if you were going to be at Jewel School. I'm going to tell you what, everybody should have your hand up. You guys, this is like the most incredible training you will get in Premier, aside from National Rally in Texas.
True that.
It really is. That's the truth. So it's an incredible day here. It's at the church. It's local and
Penny Lacey.
Penny Lacey. Who knows Penny Lacey? I mean, maybe not personally. You may know her personally, but through the internet. Okay. She's amazing, and she's been in Premier for a long time.
20 years.
So be here. Because it's awesome.
Yeah, and check out. Be paying attention on the Facebook group and email. I'll announce when those are going on sale. I'll give you reminders on that. But that will be starting. It'll be an event. There's an Eventbrite thing set up, so it'll all be web-based.
I'm good, Evie. Evie, come here.
And yay! Woo! Oh, Nikki. Or who's up?
Alrighty, also another way you will boost your retail for the consistency challenge and showing stories of some of your memberships. And just to give the ladies ideas of things to wear together, because most people are probably just going to have one necklace and throw it on, and that would be the extent of theirs. So, going with our football theme, you should also know team colors, because women like to look cute for game day. So, obviously, this is Georgia. So red and black, and some other jewelry combinations. So she is wearing the Cayenne and this is Cayenne, and the same Cam dressed her for me. you can show this either way. I often show it with the necklace. But she doubled it up and then wrapped this bracelet. Obviously, you have the red. But anyone that's a Georgia fan would love red.
What about an Alabama fan? So good. Alabama fan could wear that.
Oregon.
Oh. See, okay, so yeah, so see, that's Alabama. I am so not a football person, so I was just so if you were like me.
Well, if you're at a show, you can say if you're an Alabama fan. There you go.
Oregon. If you're Alabama, I guess you would be dressed accordingly. So there you go. Alrighty, and then yep, you're good. Thank you so much. And then Lacey is mixing too, so the orchid necklace, which we had last year, and I'm sure lots of you sold it from Florida State. All of us are sure that it's a local art.
It's a family tradition.
I don't really need them. I don't really need them. So a new necklace with the little one, so there comes Doris and Marcus from last year. Would love to see it paired together. And if that is too much for somebody, you can also if you have somebody who's like, well, I'm not going to wear all that,
Hey, could you take the little piece that you took off and put it in the ring?
yes, good. There are also, if you like where the border bracelet is, but you could show that.
There's a.
And you can also always run your own sales. So the whole purchase, $75, any item up to 50 for 10. I don't know if that will be around in September, so say September does not come in customer special and you're running your own. You could definitely do like buy the orchid necklace and get a watch at half price or something like that. That is going to boost your retail, and people will probably love it because it will complete the whole goal. Alright, so I'm putting her on the spot because I just saw her combo on Monday because she walked in. She took the middle piece off. What is this necklace?
Double take piece.
Oh, the indigo.
Indigo.
So she took the middle piece off of indigo, just flipped on and off. A lot of people don't do it because they're not having another answer really to do, yeah. But I love that she put orange on it. So, and double take obviously can be paired with the purple and other colors.
Also, in case you don't know, it's got the blue. When I wear my blue with all the silver,
another good seller is just the football charm set. So if you don't have a lot of money to invest in jewelry for your jewelry table, it's only $10, so $5 our cost, but it's the only reason I bought it, just so people can actually see it. It just makes a nice addition. It's also a good gift giving piece for anybody who has a child that plays football, that sort of thing. And then the other thing was, we always think, you know, Florida, Georgia, and college football, but don't hesitate to share about your local high school team. So if you hold, there's a whole Christie up, it's black and gold, or GHS, I can even get more better.
T-side.
I don't know. Liza wants to stand up.
No, I don't want to stand up.
Go CHS.
So lucky overview holds, purple for baseball. You can buy the team. Another good selling point for GHS. So they buy the team for purple and silver. But if they get this, definitely show the double take enhancement. Because you can sell it that, you know, it comes with the chain, and then they can take. Sorry.
Come on, girl. It's the magnet.
You know, they can have this for their high school football, but then they can easily take the double take enhancer, and they've got their very clear idea. So anytime that they can get more for their
like your baseball season, because I could play City League. I just did a whole order of nothing but the
of nothing but what?
baseball.
No, And then Santa Fe High School is red and gray. This is definitely not the red, so don't advertise it that way, but the gray would look great. Every time I'm honestly so, anybody that knows Georgia?
What is that, Santa Fe?
Santa Fe. Santa Fe's colors are red and gray, so that with a red shirt is way better.
Nikki, can I hold that?
It's
like tonight, I'm like, you never know you're going to find
but just be aware of, and be aware of your crowd. You can ask your hostess, what team she likes, what team other people like. You can ask them their team colors, but just help them find
it didn't mesh well with me, and I wasn't excited about doing that, so oh, that's her. And I'm going to read it. I tried to have used one part of it.
Anybody know what this is called? Double your time.
There's no scale. It looks like that. How would work the survey? Oh, the survey. I thought you were talking about the booking, the sponsoring activity. I'm talking about the survey. It is, but I know you had a scale. Thank gosh, I know. I couldn't remember, but it was like, there was I'm still figuring it out. It's your turn. Open up. We're singing Jeopardy back here, Steven. Sorry. We're in deep business discussion. Business time.
It's business time.
Okay.
Show that video.
If you get one of these and you're at
Got my business socks.
okay. And don't be messing around. You're really at my jewelry party. You're at my jewelry party. Okay. It's all over our. I always change it. We changed it. Okay, so what I'm handing them is the guest survey. You should always have guest survey as it shows. We're not going to go through like doing the whole front. But anyway, they have one. Here you go.
I want to look at
And I always like to print them on a color so that I don't have to call it a guest survey because that sounds really stupid. I just say, like, no one wants to take a survey. What do you call it, Liza? Feedback?
feedback sheet.
Feedback sheet, which is cute. I just say, grab your yellow paper or green, whatever you call it. Grab your green sheet, grab your blue sheet. Okay. So you guys are at my jewelry show. And when I tell you to do something, you guys pretend like you're not a jewelry lady and really do it. Okay? Okay, alright. Are you ready? So we are nearing the end of our jewelry show. Are you guys having a good time?
I am!
You guys have been so awesome tonight. So we are going to play a game. We're going to have just a little bit of fun, play a little pretend game. You guys ready? Okay, so just for fun, here we go. So grab your green sheet. Everybody got it? And everyone read the top to me. Hello. So I like to play that joke 3 to 5 to 10 times throughout the night. Okay, flip it over. And number 1, 2, or 3. Okay, number 1. I want you to write down the dollar amount to the nearest 100 of any monthly bill. Just pick one monthly bill that you're paying right now that you would love to eliminate. Okay, not the payoff amount, but what you pay on it every month. To round it to the nearest 100. Okay? Alright, number 2, I want you to think about the amount of monthly fun money that you wish you had. Okay, now think realistically, obviously, we all wish we had an extra $1 billion a month. But think of the amount that you wish you had every month that you could just do fun stuff with and just not responsible stuff, okay? So you're going to round that to the nearest 100 also. So it's going to be like pedicures or going to the movies or taking a beach trip, that kind of fun money. Round it to the nearest 100, whatever you realistically would love to have a month to do that with. Ready to get that? Okay, now number 3, I want you to add numbers 1 and 2 together and divide that number by 200. Okay, and below that you can write your answer big. Okay, now listen. I know that you guys thought you were coming to a jewelry party tonight and not a math class, so if you need to grab your calculators, no shame, I'll let you go ahead and get them.
So you're going to take numbers 1 and 2, which should be an even 100 in hundreds. You're going to add them together, divide it by 200, and write your answer big on your paper. Anywhere. Everybody got it? Okay, now, whoever is willing to share your answer with the rest of us, you're going to get extra tickets for the grand prize. What you got? We're going to give her 2 because she jumped up front. The answer is 4. Okay, so 4. Anybody else want to share? 3. 3? Heather? 5. Whoop, whoop. Anybody have anything different than 4, 3, or 5? 2? Awesome. How many? Okay, awesome. Everybody else pretty much have the same thing? Okay, ladies, you have just figured out the number of times on average that you could go outside of your home to do some form or variation of what we've just done here today, and you could have that extra income that you desire. Okay, so we have what, 2, 3, 4? Does anyone have any more than 6? Okay, now you're probably sitting here saying, I don't really want to be a stinking jewelry lady. I don't want to sling jewelry. Guess what? I didn't want to either before I realized that it had been placed into my path for a reason. Okay? But smart ladies, we like to keep our options open, right? Yes. You're right. Yes. Because you never know when your plan B is going to need to become your plan A. Right? Okay. All right. So I want somebody to give me 3 minutes on the timer. Anybody? Who has a phone? Anybody? Gotcha. Gotcha. 3 minutes. Don't start until I say. All right. This is what we're going to do. Now, this is just for pretend. We're going to, I'm reading this. We're going to set a timer for 3 minutes, and we're just going to pretend, okay? You guys are interviewing for my job. Now, I know, like I said, you may not want to be a jewelry lady. We're just playing pretend, and you're going, sorry. Okay, you can ask me any questions you want about my job, okay? And the more questions you ask, I'm just going to assume that you want the grand prize more than your neighbor does. I'm not going to assume that you want to sign up in Premier, so we're just going to have some fun and play pretend. All right, whoever has a timer can hit go. Go. And you're getting How many nights a week do you work? You can work as many or as little as you want. I try to do at least 2 shows a week. Next. You have to have inventory. What? You have to have inventory. You do not have to keep inventory. Everything you see on the jewelry table is mine to keep, sell, wear, whatever I want to do with it. Anybody else? Do you have quotas? We have no sales quotas in Premier.
What if you have no, like, Premier jewelry when you become a jewelry lady? Would they give you inventory for shows, or would
you have the option to either purchase a jewelry kit or not. And of course I would be your mom for the show, right? Obviously, your mom will help you with that. There are some options as well. So if you cannot afford to get a jewelry kit right when you come in, you can use my jewelry at your training show, and then you can earn your jewelry for free and start earning it for free. Premier actually gives away tons of free jewelry if you just follow their plan. Next, anybody? Ooh, you can get started for as little as $395. Anybody else? Yeah. There is a stud. Look, see, she's so smart. I'm just seeing if you guys are paying attention to the first 30 minutes of the show. We do. This month, actually, you can get $100 off of that for only $295. And if you remember, how much did we learn earlier in the show do you make on average per show? Oh, she's getting 2 tickets for that. So how many shows would it take you to pay off that $295 investment? 1.5 shows. What? 2 shows, that's crazy. Anybody else? Where's our time? We're good?
Yeah, you have 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Okay, well if they were jewelry ladies, they'd be asking all kinds of crazy questions. Okay, well,
do I have to like jewelry?
Basket. No, you don't have to like jewelry. In fact, we're not looking for salespeople. We're looking for nice people who are nice. What if I'm really busy? I'm really busy too. And guess what? Busy people get things done more than people who are not busy. Right? Okay, so you get the point. The person that I stole this game from said they never, ever, ever, ever run out of time. And there's usually someone trying to get all the tickets that has 1 or 2 more questions, and she's like, what time's up? Okay. So, ladies, just remember that we were just pretending. There is a no soccer guarantee. If you have more questions, just come and see me after when we're playing with Dory. I'd be happy to answer those for you. Okay? Okay, does anybody like that game? Yes. I thought it was pretty cool. I love that. Well, first of all, I wanted to say, after the show, you want to talk to the ladies that, make sure you remember those that were asking the most questions, because there's usually going to be, you know, 1 or 2 people that are throwing questions at you. So you want to make sure, you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, you have a lot of questions, do you want to sign up? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But you do want to go to her and you want to say, you know, I know we ran out of time, the party was going kind of fast. Did you have any other questions that I needed to answer for you? No, I didn't really answer them all. Okay, great. Well, you know, don't forget, or just know that I'm here if there's anything else. Just want to keep that in mind, okay? But I love this because, number 1, who keeps these? You do. Okay, so it's just show you. But I love that I'm always trying to figure out a way to help the women think how they could use Premiere in their lives. I actually get them to start calculating it mentally, and this does that. But instead of being like, let's think about your life. You know, what do you need a Premiere? It's like, let's play a game. Let's play a fun game. And then they're all of a sudden, you know, you do it at the beginning, you're like, huh? Yeah, they're relaxed, and they're just playing a game, and they're thinking, because they're thinking about that bill, and they're thinking about that fun stuff, and then they go, twice a month? 3 times a month? Seriously? I can do 4 times, that's once a week, really? And I can knock those things out? It's very realistic. Yes, ma'am.
So do you give them, the person with the most tickets, a gift or something?
We're just doing the grant. That's just part of the show. So, people get tickets, usually 2-part. I just handed out a 1-part ticket. I'm not doing anything with them right now, but.
What do you do with them is what?
Okay, so I like to have at least 2 door prizes. If there's a bigger crowd, maybe 3. Just so people win something, even if it's just something cutesy from wherever. And then a grand prize is always good, and you want to make a big deal about your grand prize, because everybody's getting tickets the whole night for that pair of like Premiere earrings, for example. You know, because you only pay half or free if you get free jewelry. Okay, so you can give something away off your table or retired jewelry from reality or whatever. So make a big deal about your grand prize. And so I'll do the drawings for the door prizes, and then all the tickets go back in for the grand prize. Right? Get it? When? I never have played that game. But I'm going to be playing that game. I'm a little bit up in the air. The person that I got this from, plays it right before the S in the first game for shop special survey, because she wants it to be fresh on their mind. I think that we could probably do that with this game because it's fun and it kind of peps them back up instead of just talking. But I have been thinking about doing my sponsoring activity in the beginning while they're fresh in their brains. So I think it really kind of depends on you. I would either do it right after the P, if you want to do it at the beginning, like boom, and then you can say, watch what I do for the rest of the night. That's how easy it is. Or right before the S at the end, you could say, you just saw how easy it is. If you can read a flip chart and take jewelry trays and lay them on a table, like you can do what I do. No, she says she places, she basically just talks about it throughout, like when she'll say at some point during her show, she's already said that they earn 50%, and she's got like a whole flip chart she's gonna upload, but it's like a longer one. That'll be good. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, there's that, and I guess it's being recorded, so we'll have it. And that's kind of, it doesn't look that great, but I can post it later for you guys as well. Okay, so football theming for sponsoring. So basically when I thought about this, and I'll try to be quick with this, but my first thought with sponsoring was that I think a lot of times we expect it to happen really quickly, or we want it to, we get in and we get excited and we want to start sponsoring to earn all of these things with Premiere, and we get excited and we want to share it with people, which is a great thing to do. But I think sometimes we tend to kind of not really respect the amount of time that those things can take. So I thought about planting the seeds and watering them, because I know several of the people that have joined my team recently are people that I have been talking to for a long time, or I've just known for a year or two. Liza was one of those people. Here she is. But a year, have you been here now? A year? But she's somebody that I just knew she'd be great, and when she realized it was time in her life, she was my child's preschool teacher, and I was like, she would just be so good, she would love this company. But I didn't she said no, she's not coming to my OP for like the 4th time. Okay, but you know, I just kind of kept that seed planted and watered. And so what I did was, I thought about it with football. And so I thought about a football team, and football teams aren't created overnight. And so you think about what coaches have to do to get those players, right? So I pulled up some articles, and I'm not going to read a whole article, but just a few of the little excerpts I pulled from it. First of all, the intro says, National Signing Day is the biggest off-the-field day for many college football programs as the fax machines get cranked up and kids send in their national letters when sent, blah, blah, blah. Everyone is wrapped up in the end of the dance. Everyone is so wrapped up in the end of the dance that the process often gets ignored. Right? We're clueless. They just showed up. They were good. They threw the football. They're on the team. Doesn't really happen that way. Recruiting is a long ordeal for these kids, and understanding how it works is a plus for fans looking for insight beyond will he or won't he commit to my team. For fans, this is the beginning of that player's life with their program. But for players, however, this is the conclusion of a long and interesting chapter of a major transitional period. While they are months from beginning their collegiate career, National Signing Day is the end of a process that starts early and runs hot from the moment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here are some things I pulled from it. Regardless of how coaches hear about a player, freshman and sophomore year is where the talent first gets identified. Okay? Some players get tabbed early while other guys get dismissed as non-options based on their tape. Most players go into the keep an eye on him file as they continue to mature physically and improve their skills on the field. Right? You guys can kind of hear from here with this without me talking on it. Regardless of their approach, most coaches are a blend of several schools of thought. Hold on a second. As this is going on, schools are making sure that all kids are on target, their target. Stay interested. That means letters, lots of them, to remind you of school's prestigious history and to watch the team. So that just talks about they're watering them. They're watering them, right? Going out, they're trying to recruit their team, they're watching, they're planting seeds, they're sending letters, maybe you're sending a postcard, maybe you're reaching back out. Keep a list of those people that you keep thinking, she would be great at this, or she really needs this in her life, or I would love to spend more time with her, or gosh, she just needs some encouragement in her life. Whatever it is, keep an ongoing list. I always have an ongoing list of people that have either said they want to consider it, or I knew it would be great in their life. I'm going to skip over some of these. For some kids, it's about getting to the NFL. For others, it's about getting out of the situation they are in and moving into a better position. Some kids and their families need to hear about education, and others want to hear about playing the game. So everybody that we're talking to is different. Our journeys are different. Our needs are different. So if you have a pen, you can write these down if you want to, but these are 4 tips that I thought were important when it comes to sponsoring and growing your team. Number 1, don't quit. People will expect you to quit. You know that? They see everybody signing up for everything all over the place, and guess what? 60 days later, they're not doing it anymore because they're not rich and they didn't grow a team in 2 months. Okay? Be consistent. People will take you seriously as they see you taking your business seriously. Okay? It can happen. You get in, you have some excitement, and you're on fire. People are excited by that and can join your team. But the majority of that is going to come with your consistency. And people say, hey, she's for real. She's really doing this. Right. Number 2, focus on your activity, not the results. Focus on your activity, not the results. Why? Anybody?
You can control your activity, but
exactly right. You can control what you're doing, but you can't make decisions for people. Okay? You cannot control the results. You're doing what you need to do. Like, what did, who was just up here? How many OPs? Christy? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. How many, so what's the average? 5 to 1. Okay? You control of talking to 5 people. Okay? When I first decided I wanted to sponsor, I didn't just go out and try to find people that said, I might like to do Premiere one day. I was just like, you need to practice. Will you come listen to me. Let me practice on you. I'll give you a charm bracelet. I'll give you a tennis bracelet. I'll give you a $20 gift certificate. People did. Some of those people signed up because guess what? Premiere's awesome. It really is. When you sit down and tell the business plan, there is none other like it. Yes, it costs more money to sign up, but guess what? That is your protection. Okay? They can pay $59 or $99 to sign up for it. You don't have a business anymore because nobody needs you because they all just signed up to get 50% off. Boom. It is your business protection, and you need to sell that to whoever you're talking to. This is a great thing. And you can pay, even at full price, you can pay the stinking thing off in 4 or 5 shows. Are you kidding me? Don't have any sales quotas. You need to gain confidence in what you're saying. People will see that confidence. If you believe in it, they will. But if you're like, they're not going to believe in it either. Number 3, get Premiere into your heart. Take it from your head, put it in your heart. You can't really force that, but again, you can control the activity that brings it. Okay? It's not going to happen if you're not committed to surrounding yourself with the Premiere doers and learning all the unique things about Premiere. Raise your hand if you've read the book that came in your kit, By Chance or By Design. Okay? Everyone in this room should read that book. Amen. Okay? It's the closest thing to going to National Rally. Because, seriously, I'm not even going to admit it. It was over a year before I read it, and that was bad. Don't do that. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been representing this company. I never knew all this stuff. You just think, they're just like every other company. I know they support missions, but read the book. It will help you get Premiere into your heart. It's so different. People will be moved by your love for what you do, and they will want to be a part of it. And then number 4, have fun and roll with the punches. Have fun and roll with the punches. There are enough places to go out and find negativity and bad news. Would everyone say amen? Amen. Okay? Social media, TV, the doctor, newspaper, you got it. Ladies who see that what you have is different will want to be a part of it. Okay? That doesn't mean that you have to pretend when you're not. You have to pretend like you're not sad when you are. Just find the right people to talk to. Like, find a buddy. Okay? Don't be like going on your Facebook page like, blah, blah, blah. My sister didn't call me back. You are a professional jewelry lady. Like, they don't want to see that. They don't care. They don't care. Call your sister in Premiere. Call your mom and don't call your downline in Premiere. Don't complain. Don't do that. Don't complain to people that you should be encouraging. But call somebody and say, talk me off the ledge. Anyway, those are your 4 tips. Okay, bye. I did not do booking, but I stole these sheets. But they say, want a show, do a row. And I'm going to use this, and I just ran off a bunch of copies for those who want to. You just fill it in, and by the time, you've told 10 people, you've asked 10 people to do a show, and you should be able to fill in hostesses at the end. And I just thought, because I'm asking people here and there and everywhere, and on Facebook and text message. So I'll have them back there on that table. You can grab them if you want. While you're doing it, I got it. Hey, who is a mom of a boy and knows what this is? Who knows what this is? It's a football. My husband, sweet thing, folded 6 of these for me last night. They all have a Bible verse on them. So I'm just going to flip them like he can. This passes to the back. Somebody, y'all know. All right, go. I've never done this. So Matthew 13:38 says, "The field is the world, and the good seed represents the kingdom." We're going to start over. Y'all hush. Matthew 13:38 says, "The field is the world, and the good seed represents the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people who belong to the evil one." So I want to ask you, whose team are you on? What you have to remember, you want to get your head in the game, but what you have to remember is what team are you playing for. And there's several things to think about when you're going to join a team or get in a game. Number 1, competition. You're either in competition with yourself, with someone else, or with circumstances. There's always competition all around you. But you have to remember that God chose you to be part of His team.
that hostess chose you out of all the jewelry ladies. I know there's like 30 in Lake City. She chose you to be her jewelry lady. So you have to remember, like just as the coach chooses his team, that hostess chose you and God chose you as well. Every position is important and you need to know your position. Even though we may not all score a touchdown every time, you still have to handle the ball or you have a vital role in your team. Your number one competitor is focused on your defeat. So who has football number 1? Can you open it and read it? It's 1 Peter 5:8. Anybody know what it says? I have no idea. My son doesn't play with them, so my husband does. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everybody start. If you have one, go ahead and start like this. All right, 1 Peter 5:8. Here we go.
Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil, the prowls, or he prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour.
Right. So he wants to defeat you. He wants to devour you. Your competition, same thing. So just know what your competition is, either yourself or someone else or a circumstance. The other thing is there's rules. There's boundaries on the field. They keep you moving forward. They keep you moving in the right direction. You may foul, you may fumble, you may violate the rules, but the great thing is God always gives you a chance to get back in the game. Playing by the rules will result in victory. I'm skipping number 2. Time. That's the third thing. Time is limited. Your time on the field, every game, every quarter is like, what, 15 minutes? I don't know. My husband watches it, whatever. I'm just like, yeah, man, what? The clock is always ticking, so you need to watch the clock and use your time wisely. And Ephesians 5:16, which is going to be football number 3, says what?
Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days.
Make the most of every opportunity. So the game is not over until the victory has been decided, so make sure you always keep your head and your heart in the game. The third thing is, and I know all the directors are going to love this, training. Training is essential. Even if you're in an off season or a season of rest, don't be idle. You need to prepare yourself. You study. You study God's Word. You study the line. You study promotions, anything that can keep you moving forward and keep you growing. And so 2 Timothy 4:8, football number 4.
And now the prize awaits me, the crown of his righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give me on the day of his return. And the prize is not just for me, but all who eagerly look forward to his appearing.
Train so that you can win the prize. All right, now the next thing is gear up. You always got to wear proper gear. I'm not going to send my 10-year-old out onto the field of Florida Gators without at least a helmet. I mean, come on. I'm going to make sure I would wrap him in bubble wrap if I had to, just to keep him from getting hurt. They don't put all that stuff on because they're like, hey, it makes me look cool, because I can tell you it's heavy and it's hot. It keeps them safe. So when you put on the proper gear, you always carefully wrap your china or your crystal, right? So you always want to keep your precious things safe. So Ephesians 13-17, I'm not going to have them read it, but it talks about putting on the full armor of God. That's to keep you safe. The next thing is strive for your goal. Make a goal, keep moving towards it. Philippians 3:14, which would be football number, I lost count, 6.
Yep.
Who has it? Me.
I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Christ Jesus, is calling us.
Right. Be the player God created you to be. Keep moving forward. Recover your fumbles quickly and stay focused on your goal. We don't play alone. We're all part of the team. We are all parts of the different body. We all have different gifts. We all have different roles to play. Every position is different, but every position is equally important. 1 Corinthians 12:4-6 and 12-20 talks about that, different parts of the body and different gifts. So everyone has a unique and vital role. No one in the stands ever wins anything. You have to get on the field. You have to gear up. You have to train. You have to prepare. And you have to keep moving towards the goal. So I just want to encourage you tonight to just get in the game and stay focused on the goal.
say before y'all leave that there's a couple, and we got it, we're still praying, but I'm just saying this right now. There's tables back there in case you're wondering what all that stuff is. The table, you can have it. The table on the left against this wall is Christy Sutton.
It's mine and Lacey's.
Junk.
And it's like a $1 and $2 table or something, and all
It's
that
a
are free.
come as you whatever.
Whatever. Okay.
Pay what you can.
This stuff they don't use anymore. Okay.
I want it gone. Yes, I don't want to take it home.
The other table, and I'm sorry, this sounds selfish, but I wrote this lady like a big check for all this stuff, and I don't care if it's $1 or 50 cents, but I need to get something out of it.
It's all really, really awesome too. I already picked the good stuff, sorry.
I mean, I went through and threw most of the stuff away, but anyway, the back table and all those boxes on the floor, there's bags and table saws and displays, whatever. Okay, so if you get a handful of stuff, just be like, here, whatever, figure it out. I'm not picky. Okay, so it's back there. Okay. Go ahead, Nikki. See.
Huh? Ready, huh?
I'm sorry, so
We had a prayer request box that we were in.
a box? I haven't been told that. We usually take. We usually write them down and send them in.
Any prayer requests? Anybody?
Actually, it's Shannon. Yeah, of course, as we're not already a prayer in prayer. Sometimes. But I think since last month, it seems to have gone so fast. That was diagnosed with breast cancer. So she's starting the chemo, she's starting the process. Her kids, all three of them go to my kids' preschool. Anybody else?
I have a very close family member that was scheduled for a C-section this morning. She's full term and she lost a baby last night.
Anybody else?
My husband and I are expecting a grandchild. Well, he's not due till September, but he's 17 years older than I am. But anyway, he has what's called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Basically, only half of his heart is developing. So they're going to take him early, and he's going to have like 5 surgeries before he's 5 years old. And between the ages of 15 and 18, he's going to have a transplant. Kind of scary.
I have a student who is going into 7th grade next year who experienced that. And he has some learning disabilities, but he's a really great kid. So,
Which one is that? No, it's 14 years ago.
Absolutely great kid. Anybody else? My uncle was diagnosed with inoperable cancer. We're starting chemo. I have a feeling he doesn't give out much information that they really don't necessarily have a lot of but this
My nephew, I asked for it last time, I think 2 months ago. He has now OD'd 4 times on heroin, and they keep bringing it back, but won't take him and put him in anywhere. So my brother is really reaching out. Every time they bring up anything about religion, he clams up the one, the nephew, he clams up, and says, I don't want anything to do, so just because.
Just for my dad, that's Alzheimer's, just stays where it is and doesn't progress quickly.
Hey, Christy, can we keep the Montgomery family in our prayers, please? Well, we were singing Stephanie, who's up there singing.
Yeah.
So, sorry. I heard you talk. My bad. Take care of my sorry. Multitasking. Kids, prayers. Yeah. Can't handle
Miss Loretta's
William? Oh, there.
Sam's got it.
Dear Father, we just thank you so much for just your awesome glory. The
just unspoken. And Lord, I pray for all of those that have been spoken as well. Jesus, you are the creator of time, of space, of our bodies, of all of us. And so I pray for help for those who need it. I pray for intervention quickly. And Jesus, you are the only one that can break down the wall. You are the only one that can lift those up. In Jesus' name, I thank you so much for this group of women. I continue to pray courage over them, and strength over them, and energies over them that they never thought they had. And dear Lord, I just thank you for this opportunity to present these to you. In Jesus' name.
Alright, now before everyone gets up, we didn't do the, if you like dress.
Oh, the best dress?
Yes, best dress.
And we have prizes too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the drawings.
If you are in any kind of team spirit here, follow Christy to the front.
If there are any color that resembles garnet or gold, let's go ahead and sit down. All right. Cheer the loudest for Hood for Cutest.
Somebody just sent me some birthdays. We do that, right?
Roll time! And the winner is...
What?
Come on, Mama needs some new jewelry.
Alright, y'all, get excited. Did everybody that came get a ticket? Three $50 gift cards.
Who missed me last month? You get a $50 gift card.
Here we go. Oh, girl. Oh, my gosh.
That was shit.
Alright, y'all, we like, we wanted to finish.
I missed.
Show Lacey that we can do this faster than her. We still finished her.
Nikki, I'm about to give you jewelry away.
Okay, ready? Here we go. The first $50.
They are. They're giving you choose and I call.
Don't look because some of our different colors. Knock them out. Just one at a time. All right, here we go. The first $50 gift card. Read the numbers.
9, 7, 8, 2, 4, 2.
Oh! Sorry! I was excited!
Alright, tell them, Abby. Tell them. Tell them. Abby says you gotta stand up if you want to win.
Oh my gosh! It's Carly. You have a ticket? Throw it out, girl. Read it fast.
Read that. Read slow. Read it loud.
9, 7, 8, 1,
173.
That was for booing at you.
Alright, stand up.
Stand up.
Last one. Get one set.
He was. This one right here.
6, 6. All right, how do you do?
Alright. Go.
Hey, also take a plate, please, of food or something.
Ashton!
Grab some food if you want, please.
Buy some
Brett
stuff
wants more
so
food.
Jonathan doesn't have to bring it home. What'd you buy? Oh, so I'll take this for $1.
Hey, the Eileen Mackley stuff is really, really good. So, Eileen Mackley, mental health is definitely really good. Yeah. She's like a direct sales consultant. Well, second, a direct sales consultant.
Yeah. Consultant for direct sales consultant. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, square cat.
Or I send it to you.
Yes, send it to me. Send it to Lacey. Do you have Lacey's number? Hang on. I have my wallet. I can give it to you. I don't have it.
I have my card.
I have my bag. I've got a card.
Yes, that's it. I didn't know that song. Yeah. Oh my God. There's
Jonathan, Lacey said, get what those gift cards want.
Huh?
She said, get what those gift cards want. Winners want.
I told him to contact you.
Hey, so these are 2?
Sure, yeah. Okay. Sure.
I'm just reading the sign.
Was there only 3 of them?
Yeah, there's only 3 of them.
Okay. Talk to Lacey. She might have a couple more of those if you want.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
I will. Did you get one of those gift cards?
Yes, I did.
Okay, talk to her and she'll get you one.
I will. I need to talk to her anyway.
Yeah. Don't mess up my ribbon.
Super freak. Alright, job? You want a job? Yeah. Go get all the good stuff. No, where's that?
Oh, I'm like, what?
I spoke to her 8 months ago.
Take all the purses. Put it back on the table.
Done.
Get your mommy's jewelry out of them.
Yeah, we already started.
Somebody's jewelry out?
Chris is jewelry in it.
Baby. Yes. And her husband is children. Hey, Abby, pick up the trash.
Yeah, Abby.